You know, it's a wise lady who treats her good friends considerately. And come wash day, your washer is one of the best friends you have. So don't...
Women, radio, and the consumer culture became inextricably intertwined in the 20s.
The radio, it seems to me, is primarily an invention for the benefit of women. Its greatest achievement is banishing isolation.
And now, When a Girl Marries, the story of Joan and Harry Davis.
As radio grew increasingly commercialized, with its programming guided and often produced by advertising agencies, daytime radio targeted women as the household's primary buyer.
The General Mills Hour.
The soap operas that emerged to dominate daytime radio featured all the familiar elements: the product sponsor, the loyal audience, the melodrama. Their purpose then, as now, was to sell household goods.
We bring you 3 outstanding serial dramas: The Guiding Light, Today's Children, and The Woman in White.
But they also served another function. The agonizingly slow progress of the plot permitted a thorough exploration of the questions that were on women's minds in the 20s. In this episode of Today's Children, a crisis has been provoked by Frances's opportunity to take an important job, which could threaten her impending marriage to Bob.
Must a woman's only reason for living be the raising of a family? That just because women didn't realize their capabilities and possibilities in the past, should they ignore them or suppress them now that they have found them?
Look around you, my child. Look about you today, and what do you find? The result of the attempted compromise of careers and marriage. Divorce. Children whose lives are being ruined. Lives of men and women that have been wrecked. The male has ever been the provider and protector. The female has ever been the bearer of the young. Do you women of today think you can suddenly and completely change the natural laws that have gone on since time began?
Frances's final scene clearly expresses her ambivalence.
My dream. My painted dream, I guess. Yes, I guess my place is here. With Bob.
The radio helped to negotiate changing gender roles at a time when women were entering the workforce in increasing numbers and enjoying more social freedom than ever before. The popular image of the flapper girl may not have reflected the majority of women in the 20s, but it did point to important social trends. The mobility offered by the automobile put a whole generation on wheels, offering young people a means to socialize away from their parents. Less restricted by community and family oversight, they eagerly went out and enjoyed themselves at nightclubs, sports events, movie palaces. Out of these shared experiences arose a truly national popular culture, and radio was its primary agent. For the first time, millions of Americans heard the voice of the president, the World Series, the latest episode of Amos and Andy. In the city and the countryside, radio was one thing that all Americans had in common.
We hillbillies out in the sticks look upon radio as a blessing direct from God. We farmers are going broke anyway, but we would like to have our radios to sort of ease the pain.